What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JPZ on the keys, and it's 2 Easy Button video today. And I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. We got some old Top Gear from 1991, even before I was born. We got Buying a Diesel, and a lot of people say this is back when Top Gear was more of an actual informative car show and not just like a show that tries to get laughs and cheap chuckles, I guess. But let's look at some young Jeremy Clarkson.
One reason for the unpopularity of diesel cars has undoubtedly been their dirty image. They're associated with dirt and muck, whether it's coming out of the exhaust or whether you're putting it in the tank. If you spill this glutenoid stuff on your hands or your feet, the smell stays with you for days. Now, petrol companies are doing something about that, not least by providing these natty little gloves. And they're putting diesel pumps in a rather more civilized area, not just in a trucker's enclave. The question is, though, is diesel's yucky image environmentally justified? Diesels are said to be cleaner than even catalyst-equipped petrol cars, meaning less acid rain and less destruction of forests. They're fuel efficient too, contributing less to global warming. But what about those smoky exhausts? Now, all that smoke is actually soot. A diesel engine produces even more than an ordinary petrol engine. That's one without a catalytic converter. Now, that not only makes your washing difficult to keep clean, and it makes buildings absolutely filthy, but there's a nasty little rumour around that it causes cancer. Despite many studies, that link isn't yet proven, but the legislators and some of the manufacturers are playing safe.
Man, all car, man.
Volkswagen are leading the purge.
It's
Their
all
new
carbon
Golf
monoxide
Unbolt
at the end
diesel.
of the day. It's all carbon monoxide at the end of the day. That's why they tell you. That's why they tell you to open your garage when you start your car. Like, it's all carbon monoxide.
Is fitted with a turbocharger that reduces the amount of soot rather than aids performance. And a simple catalyst not only removes those diesel smells, but also halves hydrocarbon emissions. So why doesn't everyone buy such an environmentally sound car? Why don't you? Well, the trouble is that diesels, the Umwelt is no exception, well, they're a bit slow.
I'll tell you what, Volkswagen and diesel is crazy when you know the context. I'll let you know at the end if you didn't know.
The Umwelt may be the cleanest liquid-fueled car in current production, but it takes 16 seconds to get from 0 to 60. One way around the problem is to fit a large capacity engine. This is the route Peugeot's followed with the 205, which gets an 1800cc diesel engine.
Wait, what brand is that?
Peugeot's followed with the 205,
That's a Peugeot,
which gets an
Peugeot,
1800cc diesel
how you pronounce
engine,
that?
giving petrol-style performance and much improved refinement. Another solution is to bolt on a turbocharger. With such a device fitted, the Vauxhall Nova 1.5 TD
Vauxhall.
outperforms most of its
They all
petrol-driven
have
stablemates.
all those K-body cars, like those hatchback
And
cars back in the
manufacturers
90s.
are up to the same tricks they've already used to extract more performance from their petrol engines. The Citroën XM turbo diesel has multi-valves, 3 per cylinder to be precise. Citroën also makes the best-selling diesel on the British
the
market,
Citroën.
the BX. Its 1600cc petrol equivalent is just pipped at the performance posed by the 1800cc turbo diesel, which is not only a little bit faster than the 1.6 petrol, but it makes all the right green noises too. However, these are the only noises it makes that are right. Even this, perhaps the most refined and maybe even the best diesel engine in current production, is still desperately clattery when it's cold. But never mind that, never mind all the reasons for and against diesel. The main reason why this and other cars of its type are being bought in increasing numbers by the fleet market is fuel economy. The turbo diesel BX is said to do 9 mpg more than its
41
petrol
miles a
equivalent.
gallon
With the
is
Montego,
crazy.
the gap is apparently even more marked,
49
some
miles a
18
gallon?
mpg.
What?
Diesel
Well,
cars should also be more
no stop and
reliable.
go
According to
traffic,
the German equivalent of the
no turns or
AA,
nothing.
diesels are only half as likely to have a breakdown. The main reason is that a diesel engine doesn't have any spark plugs, so there's rather less electronic gubbins to go wrong. So if it's more reliable, more environmentally friendly, and a deal more economical, surely that's enough to offset a few power and refinement deficiencies. Sadly not. You see, the problem is cost. This Nova 1.5 turbo diesel is £975 more than its petrol-driven equivalent. The Golf Umwelt, more reasonable I'll grant you, but it's still £390 more. And the fuel isn't all that cheap either. In countries like France
Oh, no,
and
diesel
Italy,
fuel ain't
governments
cheap- ain't
impose
cheap
a
at all.
lower tax rate on diesel fuel, and that has led to much greater popularity for diesel cars. Oil companies say production costs of diesel and petrol are roughly equivalent. The price differences are down to the level of tax and seasonal changes in demand for heating oil. Because the pump prices of diesel and petrol are about the same in Britain, you have to do round about 70,000 miles before savings on fuel economy offset the extra cost of your car. Now, the only way you're going to get that break-even point down to a realm where taxi drivers aren't the only ones to benefit is if you reduce the tax on diesel fuel. Now, will the government do that? Well, they might if the environmental aspect was suddenly to become overwhelmingly important, but they'd have to if the European community told them to. So, the future of diesel cars in Britain is really in the Chancellor's hands. If he reduces tax on March the 19th, sales will almost certainly boom. If he doesn't, no matter how good the cars get, diesel is likely to remain a niche market.
And it's like, I don't know if you guys knew it, but the Volkswagen, they did a thing where they were advertising clean diesel, and that's been the big debate. Like, diesel isn't a clean alternative; it's a lot more soot that comes out of the engine. But I guess they had a way where it doesn't come out. But then you realize, oh wait, they have a cheat device that redirects the exhaust so you can pass emissions tests. That's why. So yeah, but it's like, I've always, especially now, diesel fuel is a lot more expensive. I mean, it's probably like 30-40 cents more expensive than regular fuel. And I really only see the big trucks get diesel. I don't really see too many new cars out that take diesel fuel. But I mean, Volkswagen was the only one that was doing it. But I kind of like these older Top Gears. It's a lot more informative. I mean, I like the new ones too, but I think these older ones are a different vibe. I like it where they're more like a documentary type show, because I like those types of shows. But let me know if you want me to watch any more of these old Top Gear clips. Thank you guys. I really appreciate y'all for the support. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you see the channel. Turn my post notifications on if you haven't already. Thank you. Please be safe. Stay on the grind. I'm out. Peace.